Today I'm going to show you how to make custom packaging using a DTF printer. So if you are a small business owner, maybe you already have a DTF printer, let me show you how you can do this and level up your business packaging. Hey there, I'm Sarah, you're watching Creative Ramblings. In this video, we are going to make custom packaging with a DTF printer. So we're going to start by talking a little bit about what you can use a DTF printer for other than apparel. Then I'm going to walk you through the process, including a little bit of a software tutorial on how to make some packaging with this specific printer. This is the xTool Apparel printer. And then I'm going to share some of my recommendations on who I think this process is ideal for. Let's start by talking a little bit about DTF printing and what that term DTF stands for. It means direct to film. So this printer is going to print off a design onto a piece of film that is ready to be transferred. Typically, we use that for t-shirts, tote bags, hats, any kind of apparel or fabric-like item. But DTF transfers can be used on a lot of other things. I recently did a video on wood and a few other substrates. You could put it on canvas, on wood, on other types of fabrics that maybe aren't clothing. You can also put DTF transfers onto paper products like the cardboard boxes that we're using today. So this is a sample box I've made here. This is just a small box that comes flat. So I have a big container of these. They are the perfect size to ship small items in. And because they are nice and flat, this is a perfect printing surface. There are a lot of places and opportunities to print on a box like this. So I have printed a logo over on the side here that has the business name, but then I have lots of room for a 4x6 printed shipping label. I've also got a little handmade with love on the front here because this box has an inside closure. So it just snaps in like that. I could still put a piece of packing tape on here and you can still see that. And then on the inside, I've got a little thank you message with a branded hashtag and some places to find this business. This box is a great place for your marketing and a great place to put your message. So let me show you how I made this exact piece of packaging. The first thing you need is your logo. So wherever your logo is, you're going to need it as a PNG, possibly a JPEG, but a PNG is going to be a little bit higher quality. You can always go to a place like Canva and create something. Maybe you already have the logo, but you want to add some text to it. You want to get that logo created. Now I'm going to take you over to xTool Studio software, which is the software that powers this machine, and I'll show you how to get it printed. Actually, before we go over to that, I have the printer up here. You might be able to hear it running in the background. And then I have the oven in the back. I'm going to turn my oven on so it starts to preheat. I do not leave this oven on all the time. I always physically power it down. I leave my printer plugged in so it can do its cycles and stay maintained up on top. But now that this oven is on, I can go ahead and preheat it. Now we'll go over to the software. This is xTool Studio software. This is the software that powers the printer and all the other machines that xTool makes. So I have imported 3 different graphics that I created in Canva that incorporate this logo. The first thing I did was measure out the box so I know all of these are going to fit. Once I have them measured out and I know they're going to fit, I can create a whole bunch on here. I can actually print a pretty long gang sheet with all of these on there, so I could print 20 boxes at once and just press them all in a row. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to do one box. So this piece on the right here is going to go on the inside. The one on the bottom is going to go on the front, so you see it from the side of the box. And then the top left one over here is going to go on the top of the box on the left-hand side, so I still have room for the shipping label. So I'm going to group these all together. I just want to make sure I can still cut them apart. And now I can go over to the print settings. So on the top right, I use my printer pretty often, so it's going to automatically connect via Wi-Fi. I also have the oven connected and then the AP2, which is the purifier. That's going to help just filter out any fumes that come with this. These are the print settings here. Now, for the most part, I leave these print settings as is. These work really well for me. This is going to give me a nice solid white underbase underneath my colorful printing. If you ever have issues with too much or too little white, or maybe the white is peeking out or your color's not super vibrant, that's when you want to take a look at these settings here. I do have a full beginner tutorial that walks you through exactly how to create something, and I talk about all these settings. I am going to link that video down below if you want to learn more. But for the sake of our project here, we're ready to go. It is mirrored because there's text, and I definitely want to make sure the text is readable, so we can now hit print. I do always want to make sure that my oven is fully preheated before I hit print. When I hit print, it's going to print here, and then it's going to go into the oven to get powder put on it and then to cure. The first print is going to take about 10 minutes. If I then do a whole bunch of subsequent prints, it's going to get a little bit faster, but that first one does take a while, and having the oven fully preheated beforehand does speed it up just a little. While the printer is working, I can go over to the heat press and get that set up. I have found that for the cardboard that I'm using, a temperature of between 315 and 320 for roughly 10 seconds is all it takes to press these. I've got all my pieces cut apart and ready to go. So on my heat press, I do keep a silicone mat for extra pressure. This is the flat box, so this is the cover, and we're gonna do the cover first. Upside down right now, and I want it to sit in this corner. And then I'm just gonna press for roughly 10 seconds. And this is kind of a warm peel, so I'm just gonna give it just a second to cool down, and then I can pull it off. The next spot I wanna put it is, if this were to close, it would be on this panel right here. So we can take that Handmade with Love and put that on the front panel. Cool it down just a little. And then the final spot is the inside front cover, where I want to put this little thank you message and encouragement to follow the business. So I want to share with you who I think would benefit from this process the most. And I think hands down, if you already own this printer right here and your business is making items with this DTF printer, why not try some custom packaging? If you are already putting your shirts or whatever it is in these boxes, give it a shot. See how it looks, see what your customers think. You can add special little call to action message in here. You can add a thank you, maybe a discount code on their next purchase. There is so much you can do with your box, and it just makes sense to try it if you already have the printer. I know I'm a big fan of saving a good box, and so if I get a product from you in your box, I'm probably gonna wrap a birthday present in it sometime down the road, and somebody else is gonna see your messaging. If you do not have a DTF printer, highly recommend looking into this one. I really like this whole setup, and I do have more videos on it. However, if your business does not involve DTF printing at all, maybe you sell laser engraved jewelry, you can still order DTF transfers, and there's a lot of different ways to order them. One of my favorite is through Jiffy. They make transfers. It's a company called Ninja that does it. Cricut just started offering DTF transfers. So you can create your artwork, upload it to one of these sites. They will send you The printed film, all you need is a heat press and your boxes. So if you don't have the printer yet, definitely try going with pre-printed DTF sheets. I hope that this video walked you through just how easy it is to create your own custom packaging. If you have any questions, if there's something I didn't cover, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to chat with you. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm here every week with new videos helping you move forward in your creative journey. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.